Well, the Olympics are over. We're back at it training again. But first, we gotta break down the highlights, the peaks, the downs, just the best moments, some of the standout moments of the 2020, 2021, whatever you want, Olympic Games. What is going on, everybody? Cody here. Welcome back to my favorite room in my house. We've got some awesome stuff to talk about today, some stuff we're gonna go over. I'm very, very excited about this. But first, we're gonna talk about today's sponsor. This video is brought to you by HelloFresh. I have been eating HelloFresh meals for years and years now, primarily because they're just delicious, but also because there's so many meals to choose from on a weekly basis. I mean, honestly, there's so many meals to choose from. HelloFresh has more 5-star chef curated meals in their catalog on a weekly basis than any other meal service, so you always know you're getting something good. And then there's the convenience factor. My meals show up to my door every week, individually packaged, kept fresh, kept cold, and I just throw them in the fridge. I don't have to spend time at the grocery store figuring out, okay, what are my meals gonna be this week? I'm not like a good chef by any means. I don't even really like to cook, but with HelloFresh, it's really easy because they just send those little recipe cards. You just follow the instructions, and I cook most of my meals in less than 30 minutes. And finally, HelloFresh is doing its best to reduce their carbon footprint. They're a good company. All of the packaging that they use to send their food to my door and to your door is recyclable or already 100% recycled material, which is kind of awesome. If you guys are interested, head to HelloFresh.com and use my promo code CODYM14 to get 14 free meals plus free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com, my promo code CODYM14 to get 14 free meals plus free shipping. Pretty solid deal. Like I'm happy that I'm able to like give that deal to people because that's a pretty legit deal. Okay guys, today we are gonna talk about the women's 100 meter and 200 meter breaststroke from the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. And I've gotta say, those races did not disappoint. I think the 200 meter breaststroke was my favorite event from the Olympics, pretty closely tied with either the men's 4x100 freestyle relay or the medley relay. But let's just start out right out of the gate. I mean, obviously anyone who's watched this channel for a long time knows that I'm very, very close with Lily, very, very close with Annie. And so in the 100 breaststroke, obviously I was rooting for Lily. And right out of the gate, you know, watching the race, I've watched it a few different times, you could just tell that Lily was off. I mean, you could tell from prelims and semis that Lily was off. You know, Lily had not lost the 100 meter breaststroke in 5 or 6 years on the major international stage, which is crazy. And then she got beat in the semis, and her times were noticeably slower than what she'd gone at Olympic trials, what she'd gone previously earlier this year, and she was rattled. And you know, they swam the race, and Lydia, the young American Lydia Jacobi, won. And honestly, that was such an exciting moment to see her win that race because obviously I was pulling for Lily. Obviously I was rooting for Lily. I wanted to see her go with the repeat. But when you see Lydia win that race, when you see the reaction of the crowd back home in Alaska where she's from, I mean, those are the moments that make the Olympics special. Those are the moments that just really draw you in. And, you know, I talked to Lily a little bit about the meet while she was there. And after winning bronze in that event, I say winning bronze because she may not have won the gold, but she did win a bronze medal. She had 2 trains of thought. And the first train of thought was she was upset and she was mad that she had a poor performance. She lost the race. You know, she didn't win. She didn't get to defend her title. And that, obviously, any competitor would be upset about. But on the flip side, she was very happy for Lydia, her teammate, very much recognizes what she's going through. Because you got to remember, 5 years ago at the Rio Olympics when Lily won her gold, that was her. You know, she was this young, up-and-coming teenage girl who'd never been to the Olympics before, never really been to a major international competition before. And, you know, so Lydia was basically in the same position Lily was 5 years ago. And Lily recognized that. And she was super happy for her and just accepting of, hey, Today wasn't my day. You know, I chose to talk about this race first for this video because, you know, it's cool. I'm really good friends with Lily, obviously, and I can say this. This is a learning opportunity for everybody. You know, it doesn't matter who you are, whether you're an up-and-coming swimmer or you're literally the Olympic gold medalist and world record holder. You have off days. Sometimes things don't go your way. Sometimes you don't feel your best. Sometimes your stroke is off. And it happens to the best of us. And it happened to Lily. We could see it. We could see it progress all the way through the final where, you know, she was a full second off of what she's been earlier this year, and she still won a bronze medal. So I'm not gonna pity her too much because, you know, it would be nice to be off and still win a bronze medal, but you know, that's what happens. So I like to see how athletes respond to those types of situations. You know, it's more important, you know, when I look at people that I idolize, when I look at heroes, when I look at stars, it's not about winning, it's not about dominating, it's not about being the best. It's about how you handle and conduct yourself in the moment, in those situations. And it's never more important than when things are not going well. And I could not be more proud of Lily for how she rebounded, responded, and came back off of that poor race. Because she then went into the 200-meter breaststroke and she dropped 2 full seconds. She won a lifetime best time by 2 seconds. She won a silver medal, and she swam it the right way. And she did it coming off of one of the hardest moments. I think that, you know, her not being able to repeat that gold was probably one of the hardest things she's ever had to deal with. And to come back and have that awesome stellar swim. And, you know, there's that really great photo of all those girls embracing each other, hugging each other after the race. And that's such a special moment. That's such a beautiful thing because, you know, Tajiana, I think that's how you say her name. I hope I'm not butchering it, but Tajiana of South Africa, I mean, she had a blisteringly fast swim, set a new world record, 2:18. My hat is off to her. Kudos to her because she has a gorgeous stroke and swam that race beautifully. And you could see her surging and charging at the end of that race. You could see her picking up her tempo. And I love her last 20 meters, the way she buries her elbows deep into the water and maintains that stroke rate and just kind of accelerates. I mean, it was awesome. Lily obviously went out in typical Lily King fashion, well under world record pace, and we knew she was probably gonna fade, but she did it the right way. You know, Lily was out 106, but she was out smooth, she was out long, she was squeezing her head, her hips were high, she had a slightly lower stroke count, but she was still out fast and put herself in position to go that lifetime best time. And I'm really proud of her. And I've gotta say, I almost threw up on Annie Lazer's finish because, oh my God, she was in 4th place until like the last centimeter of that race. If you watch the replay of that race, Annie Lazer back halves. Anyway, Lazer won the bronze medal. I'm sure you all know if you're watching this, but she won the bronze medal, and her race strategy is so different from someone like a Lily who goes out fast. Annie essentially even splits her race. I mean, sometimes she goes out 109, comes back 111. Like, it's pretty close to even splitting. And halfway at the 100-meter mark, she was like over a body length behind the leaders of the race. And I was just like losing it because I wanted her to do well. I wanted her to get on the podium. And it wasn't until the very end she was just gaining momentum. I mean, she's what we call a momentum swimmer. She slowly builds each 50 and builds her rate and her stroke count throughout the race, and she gets faster. She's one of those swimmers who looks like she's accelerating because she is accelerating at the end of the race. And just at the very end of the race, just when it mattered most, she hit the wall, touched, and got the bronze medal. And I, first of all, almost vomited because I was so nervous about her getting on that podium. And then once I like kind of came to, it all sunk in like what that girl has been through. I mean, for those of you who watched here in the United States on NBC, they did that pre-roll where they talked about everything that Annie has been through this past year. You know, she lost her father just a few weeks before Olympic trials. And she was out of the water, not training at all for over a week, right before Olympic trials. And that's just one of the most tragic things that could possibly happen to anybody at the worst possible time. And to see her rebound and come back and make the Olympics and then win a medal, I was basically just crying. Like I was crying. Like I was so happy. I was so proud of her because I've seen what she's gone through and I know how hard it was. And I couldn't be more proud to have friends like Lily and friends like Annie. People who tackle adversity and come out on the other end stronger than ever. And you know, my hat's off to all those girls because that women's 200 breaststroke was, I believe, the fastest heat in history. I mean, 5th place in that race was like 2:20, 2:21 low, 2:20. Like it's crazy how fast the whole field was, and I keep rewatching it and seeing how Tatiana just surges at the very end and breaks that world record, 2:18. Congratulations to her, because that was awesome. Congratulations to Lydia. You know, watching Lydia's race, I think Lydia has the most room for improvement. I think Lydia's gonna keep getting faster based on how she swims the race, based on how low she is, based on her stroke rate, how she builds into things. Really, really, really exciting. So that's my take on the women's breaststroke events. Once again, I couldn't be more proud of my friends. I was just, you know, it was, before the Olympics started, it was a little tough for me to be sitting home on my couch like, okay, like, gonna watch the Olympics, because, you know, I wanted to be there, right? And I was disappointed with my performances at trials, and I've accepted all those things, I've processed those things, but it was just a little bit of a, you know, but like right when it started though, like right when I heard the music and I saw some of my friends on TV and I saw them getting ready to go, like immediately I was like, I was so happy. Like, this is what it's all about. I just felt like a true fan again, and I love that because I love the sport so much. I poured my life into it for a very long time. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed watching the Olympics as much as I did. So on that note, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed me blabbering a little bit about some of my friends and some awesome world record times. As always, make sure you follow me on social media right there. We've got merch on the merch store. If you want to get a video from me to you for whatever reason, I am back on Cameo. More vlogs coming. I'm training for the ISL. We leave for ISL Season 3 in just a few weeks, so we are preparing for that. So training vlog will drop Friday, and more videos to come. Thank you guys for watching, and until my next video, I will see you guys later.